Brett Okamoto in New York City alongside Stipe Miocic, who of course fights Jon Jones, UFC 309. Finally, it's happening in New York, and welcome back, man.
Glad to be back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How does it feel? It feels like you never left, or does it feel like you've been away for a little bit?
No, I mean, we've been gone for a little bit, but it feels good to be back. It's fight week. I'll gotta do all the stuff to do before it. And
Yes, the
but
stuff.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
You know, some guys say that, like, hey, when you retire and then you're away from the sport, then no one wants to ask you questions anymore. Then you miss. You miss being asked questions. You did not retire, but you were away from the sport for 3 years. Did you miss being asked questions from all of us here at the media?
Someone asked me that question. Honestly, I've been doing it for so long now that you just kind of you understand it's part of the game, and like you just accept it. And I don't mind it. And it's what people want to hear your voice, and it's great to I'm not the greatest talker, but at least they can hear me. Someone understand me.
Was this always going to happen? Like you standing here, whether it was New York, Vegas, wherever it was, where you were going to be fighting again? Was that always going to happen, or was there a time where it wasn't sure?
Well, every fight I always think about retiring. Since it's my first fight, it's always been like that. And here we are now. So
3 years ago, when you walked out of the Apex after the Francis Ngannou fight, what did you think was going to happen? What did you want to happen? Can you take us back to like that moment in your life and your career?
I honestly didn't know it was going to happen. Honestly. I mean, there's so many things going around. I wanted to try to get a rematch with Francis. I didn't get it, and he left. Jones came up, wanted to fight Jones, and luckily the UFC gave it to me.
How has it been the last 3 years? Did it feel like, oh, I'm going to get it, oh, I'm not going to get it, oh, this is going to happen, that going to happen? Was it kind of like a roller coaster ride, or was it like?
I guess but I take it for a grain of salt. I can't. I have other things to worry about too. If it happened, it happened. If it wasn't, it is what it is. I can't dwell on it. I have children to worry about. Family, my wife, so I have to make sure they're taken care of. And so yes, no, but I can't really worry about it.
Did you really want to fight again, or you were completely at peace with it never happening again?
No, I was always a fight, man. I love fighting. I love what I do, but I mean, but I'm also okay with if it didn't happen. I was okay with walking away.
What do you still love about fighting these days?
I think nothing actually. No, I think it's more just like the camaraderie, the unity, the team. It's an individual sport with the team practices, just the coaches, and just. It's awesome, man. It's just a big family. That's what I love about it.
Were you doing a lot of that over the last 3 years?
No,
you still were?
Yeah.
So there was never like this long, prolonged break of...
No, just doing my thing.
How was it training with not a fight in mind?
Nice. Because I didn't get beat up every day. Some days I was beat up and so I could take a day off or just rehab instead and just... I know my kids have something going on, or I can do that instead of missing it. Mm-hmm. So it's a hard part of this. I'm missing the fun stuff with the kids sometimes. They get to do cool stuff and... it sucks, but we'll get there eventually.
So it feels like you still got to have the camaraderie part. You still got to go to the gym. You still got to be with the boys.
I definitely did. Yeah, but I think it's just the planning and everything. It's just different.
Is there still anything? You've been an athlete your whole life. You've been competing your whole life. You're a very, very competitive guy. Is there anything still like competitively from the sport that you're unsatisfied about, or is there anything you still want to prove? Is there any part of that?
There's always something to prove when you fight, man. There's always something to prove. No matter what fight it is, there's always something to prove, man. If you're a competitor, man, you like winning, and you always got something to prove.
Yeah. So what do you feel like you still have to prove right now?
I still got it.
You still got
myself,
it.
Yeah.
You feel like that's the narrative around this one?
No, I think it's the best of the best, and that's what it is. I can't wait.
Is that a question that you have in your mind? Do you still have it?
No, not at all. I know I got it.
Yeah. You know very well what it feels like to be the baddest man on the planet. You were there. You were when you were going through your run, and you did something that no heavyweights done before in defending the title. You felt a certain way, right? How do you feel now compared to that when you were definitely the baddest?
Well, great. I have the best coaches in the world, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Yeah. Would you be here without Jon? If Jon was not in the picture, would you be here without him? Or is it? Yes, you would. You would have taken a different fight other than Jon. Mm-hmm. Did you see that you saying "bring it on" did not seem to sit well with him?
I guess not. Well, I think he was talking smack about me.
Uh-huh.
Is everyone want to see me beat his ass? Well, bring it on. I don't know. Sorry, I guess. I don't really care. You literally were talking shit about me, so
yeah.
I'm beating my ass, so I'm sorry, but whatever. It is what it is.
How do you feel about him talking about Alex Pereira? How do you feel about him?
I don't. My focus is on Saturday. He can talk whatever he wants about other stuff. That's fine.
Yeah. Could this one be slightly more or different emotional for you coming back from 3 years? The fact that it could be the last one, fighting Jon Jones in New York. Like, do you feel like you're going to feel differently at some point this week, or even in the walkout or something? Like, is this one going to be more of an emotional one for you for
I'll let you know
whatever
after
reason?
the fight. Yeah, can't think about that. Got a job to do.
Yeah. Is it a feeling of like excitement right now,
Oh, it's always
nerves,
exciting.
or
No,
what?
yeah.
What is the feeling?
It's like, oh, you get nerves, no question, but it's like exciting nerves. It's not like bad nerves. It's like anticipation, waiting for the, to do it. So I'm excited. It's awesome.
Last thing for you, with all the different styles that you've prepared for, the heavy hitters, the techniques, you've faced every guy of your era. Was he tricky? I mean, we call him the greatest fighter in the world. Was he tricky to get ready for? How would you describe getting ready for him?
I think every fighter is tricky. I think because everyone has their own style, and you guys mimic them, but every guy has their certain ways of doing things. So you might be training with that guy, but they might be doing something different, so you don't know. But yeah, definitely. I think every guy's tricky. No matter what they do, they have their own way of doing stuff, and sometimes it's hard to mimic it.
I'm excited, man. I hope you enjoy this entire week, and then we'll get to the fight, Madison Square Garden. I'm looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thank you.